Just a disclaimer, this is just my opinion. It doesn't matter if you're not okay with it. Give your comments below. The reason why I think I have these pretty accurate is because I speak to most of these players. I've also been running pro scrims for like the past 4 seasons, just watching what these guys do, whether it's on a finals format or just a pro scrims format. I could see you know, the tendencies of players and how they perform consistently, right? We can see trends, and also this drop map that is there. Shout out to NAE's comp report. Some of them are not fully accurate, but because I've spoken to the players, I'll be able to give you more insight on their loot routes and what exactly they're doing without, you know, saying too much. So I'm gonna get into this video and predict my top 5 and then throw out some sleepers, but I just wanted to put out that disclaimer to make sure everybody knows why and where this is coming from. Yo, what's up guys? In this video we're going to be talking about my predictions for the top 5 NA East duos for grand finals. All right, obviously this is just my opinion, don't get offended. There's so many good teams, especially on NA East. It could go any way, but I'm pretty much going to go for top 5 and give my sleeper picks as well that can jump into top 5 if they're not top 5 already in my eyes. All right, so let's get started. So in my top 5, I don't want to give an order because the players are all super good and have win potential, right? I'm just gonna give a top 5 as in I believe these are gonna be in the top 5. So to get started, I'm gonna be picking Rise and Trashy. The reason why is because they got uncontested commie split. Obviously they won't be getting the chugs right here and right here with the new whole Star Wars theme, so that might hurt them a bit, but they do have mid-map positioning, which in my opinion is super important in this meta with no mobility whatsoever. So Rise and Trashy with the top 5, and they've been performing really well. It is going to be interesting to see how they perform with the new Storm Surge changes, because a lot of edge teams are going to get impacted by it, but given they are a center zone team, it should work out in their favor. All right, for 4th place I got Tabney and Death, which honestly these guys could literally win the whole thing. I see them grinding daily, and they are off an uncontested Coney, obviously because Stretch didn't play this season as well. They are a center map team, probably the most center map team out of all my winners other than Scented, and they get a lot of Storm Surge early across all teams. They just build massive towers on Coney and get that early surge going, which is super important in these Grands lobbies, and they've been consistently performing, right? They auto qual to Grands and just overall doing super well, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do off an uncontested drop. For 3rd place, obviously we can't forget, we got Booga and Miro, which probably end up winning the whole thing anyways given how many times they've won. It is weird because you got Costa taking the right side of Chonkers, but based on my conversations with these people, left side is enough, right? And Booga is, you know, a mastermind of strategy, so I'm not too worried. Obviously Gold and Magnolia I believe are gonna, I don't think this drop is accurate fully from NA comp report. I believe Gold and Magnolia are doing this, which will be weird because this hill, they can really be held right here. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to doubt Booga. He's the World Cup champ, FNCS winner. He knows what to do. So I definitely have him in my top 5. Number 2 is Peterbot and Byla off an uncontested Shifty, one of the most elevated hills in the game for Storm Surge, and obviously previous FNCS winners. These guys can never be counted out as long as they're okay with Surge. I don't really see them performing outside of top 5. Last season they won super well off of a Collider drop spot. Shifty, maybe not as good as Collider, but in my opinion with the Spider-Man, with the grapplers, gloves, whatever you want to call them, plus the best hills in the game, they should easily be able to get top 5. And last but not least, Scented and Cold. I have them actually winning FNCS this season, just based on their performance in Cash Cups and based on their performance in scrims and just overall how they do. They got a mid-map drop with literally unlimited chug splashes, and they also have cleanup potential on the left side. I'm not sure if Tahi and Bank will commit to this drop anymore fully, but I know for a fact that if they do, this is going to be the easiest cleanup of Scented and Cold's life. Scented and Cold do not get grappler gloves. I know some other regions do, based on my conversations with them, but he's told me that he doesn't really need them to win, which they've shown time and time again. So I definitely see them doing really well, and like I said, in my opinion, winning. Now, I want to go for some of my sleeper picks that could jump into top 5. You got Cam and Narwhal with insane W King potential, and given Grands gives you a lot of points for kills. I can see them sneaking up into top 5. They got uncontested shuffled shrines. However, I don't know if they're going to be able to get this hill, because I think Golden Magnolia might try to steal it, which is about 8 chests if I'm not mistaken. So usually what their route's probably going to be is all of this and maybe just hover north instead of going south, especially when zones are pulling north. But I definitely got Cam and Narwhal in my top 10. Dubs and Rokane, obviously out of an uncontested Rocky, and also Grappler Gloves. I mean, one of the best POIs in the game, and positioning, I don't see them doing bad at all, and they can easily get top 5 if they pop off. Kanata and Azure is the interesting one because they've been super consistent this season, and they can easily get top 5 as well, but I didn't have them in my top 5 based on the reasons earlier. They could be cleaning up here. I'm not too sure if Threats and Macwood are going to be conning the Spider-Man gloves. I don't think they are. I believe they're just conning the barn with Fable Taco, and Kanata can get easy early off spawn surge and grab their grappler gloves and, you know, do what they've been doing all season. All right, so overall, there's so many good teams on NA East to watch for. Quanti and Polarized, you know, auto-qual week 1, Muzz and Playify doing really well off an uncon drop right here. You also have Yamzo and Jamper doing really well off of top covert. Commandment Avery doing really well. So there's so many good teams. I can't name everyone. I wanted to really give my top 5, and let's see how it goes. I want you guys to comment your top 5 as well, because it's super interesting, and who knows, you know, who knows where this goes and if any of our picks are actually going to go through.